Hey there, it's Jenna Pecor with Bancroft Realty. I'm in front of a house right now that I'm doing an estate sale for and probably going to be listing in the next month or so. And it's a common story that I hear frequently, and I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit today. And that is the house that either mom and dad built or that the spouse built special just for them. I come through that a lot where it's like either they designed the house at a certain point in their life or they built it together and this is the only place that they've lived maybe in their entire marriage or something like that. But it is a house that is special. It's not just a house you moved into a few years ago. It's something that meant a lot to the family, and now it's becoming this thing that nobody really knows what to do with, or people are afraid to do with it what needs to be done. And so if there's one thing that I can get across to people, it's that there is no such thing as a dream home, or there's no such thing as a forever home, I should say. There is such a thing as a dream home. All of us have that home that we feel like would just be perfect. But there's no such thing as a forever home. Homes are only a reflection of the time of life that we're in. And when you are in college, your home is a dorm room. When you are out of college, your home might be an apartment. As you grow and you grow a family, your home is going to be a home that's larger, that has more space. And then as you downsize, your home is going to be smaller. But a lot of times we spend a lot of our life in one particular home more than any of the other ones. And that's what I come across a lot when working with senior adults. And a lot of times those homes can be ones that were specially built just for them. It's very, very difficult to get through, to get past that particular type of house, because it's maybe your mom or dad is still alive and their spouse was the one that built this, and now letting it go seems like you're kind of letting it go of your spouse all over again. Perhaps it's where mom and dad moved, when you were still in school, and this is only, and you grew up in this house and you don't want to lose it. But if mom and dad are still living, especially, then what happens with these homes is that they eventually become a place where they feel like a prisoner, because homes that we build in our 30s and 40s and even 50s are not homes that we would build in our 60s, 70s, and 80s. Maybe they're 2-story. Maybe they have a split level, where there's like a sunken living room or something, and you have to take a step down to get to different parts of your house. Maybe there's a lot of carpet that's very high carpet that's not conducive for a walker, or for someone that might be a fall hazard and walk with a cane. Maybe the yard is so large and it becomes this thing where you have a lot of difficulty maintaining it. But eventually what'll happen is this dream home that someone has lived in for a long time becomes a place that they can't leave, or have a difficulty walking around in, or possibly even not be able to get into the whole house. There's a lot of times where people spend the majority of their time in a very small little part of a very large home. So they might have this huge house, but they're only spending time in about 500 square feet of it. And that's because that's the only place that they can walk around in. And you don't want the memory of that home to become such that it becomes a prison, or it becomes unkept, and it's starting to fall apart, and now it's only a shred of what it once was. These are the things that we need to talk through. If you have a sentimental attachment to a piece of property, we need to talk through getting through letting that go, so that home that mom and dad has invested so much of their money in over a period of years can be turned into a liquid asset that can then help them live the remainder of their life. And that is the goal, is to make the house work for the time of life that you're in. And if the time of life that you're in is that you need a different type of living situation, maybe you need to move into an assisted living community, maybe you need to move into a kid's house, we need to get the assets out of that house so that you can live the rest of your life in comfort and with the kind of care and help that you need. So that's really my goal. Is these are the kinds of conversations that I want to have on this channel. Even if you don't live in DFW where I live, and even if I can't help you directly to sell your house, I want to help people that are at this stage of life be able to let go so they can move on to the next step. And part of that is letting go of a sentimental attachment to houses. It's great that we have them. We care for our homes. These are things that take good care of us whenever we live there. But they're also investments, and that's why I want to protect that equity. I want to protect that house. I want to protect the integrity of the structure, and also protect the investment that a person has put into it, so that it can work for them when they need it, to work for them in their, last years. So comment below if you had a story or anything about letting go of a house and it turned out to be a very good situation. Tell me about it below, and share this with some people that might be struggling with letting that house go. Maybe that you've seen them, we've seen, moms sit in a house for years that has now become dilapidated. It needs a lot of work, and they just really have a hard time letting go. Or maybe it's that sibling that just does not want to get rid of that house. But now you're paying taxes on it, and now you're, spending a bunch of money just to keep something that is no longer working is no longer giving you the things that you need. So share that with someone else that might help. That's what I want to do on this channel, is help people through that next step. So my cell phone is 214-558-4410, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to helping you through that next step, getting onto the next phase of life. Have a great day.